Oi, oi, all right, how's it going? I'm Grant, you're you. This is the Doodle Review coming through with a new album to give a spin, chat some fraff about, and then assign an arbitrary score to. Today, for the second time this year, we're taking a look at the new album from The Smile, Cutouts. Smile is the project from Radiohead's Tom York and Johnny Greenwood, working with drummer Tom Skinner, predominantly known for his Afrobeat rhythms with excellent UK jazz act Sons of Kemet. And back in January of this year, the trio released their second record, Wall of Eyes, an album that really convinced me of the value of the project. I'd been left struggling to see the need for this new group after their first record, A Light for Attracting Attention. I was happy to, of course, have more music from York and Greenwood, but it didn't feel distinct from what we've come to expect from their work in Radiohead. And in particular, I kind of felt Skinner had been underutilized as a fan of his. To me, though, Wall of Eyes is where the smile came into its own, delivering rhythms, textures that felt like a step out of the shadow of its bigger brother band. And the release of Cutouts has helped further the distinction between the two projects with more great tracks that chart their own path through alternative and avant-garde rock. The trio have clearly discovered their thing, and 3 albums in, it's now quite easy to articulate what we gain and what we might be missing by extracting York and Greenwood's songwriting from their larger group and transplanting them into this new formation. It took the latest Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds record to remind me of the exceptional dynamism, feel, and creativity of Colin Greenwood's bass playing, which is a key component of Radiohead that we're not getting in The Smile. The trade off, though, is having Tom Skinner on drums, whose career origins in Afrobeat and jazz open a whole other world of rhythmic possibilities that this new band are wading further and further into the waters of as they grow. The slip from this new record, in fact, feels like one of the first times we've really had Skinner be able to lean into his Afrobeat skill set. And on this track, it's gloriously infused with this ragged, angular stereo pan Johnny Greenwood guitar. I really like how they take their time building to the beat, as well as using these very pensive electronic bleeps and bloops before really kicking into the core drums and then coming back to the electronics again. The simple fact of a reduced headcount in The Smile also means that the songwriters can play a lot more with minimalism in their arrangements, and the songs just feel a little more unfiltered, raw, and less labored over than what we get on a Radiohead record, where every track feels like it's been gestating for years, going round and round and round. The consciousnesses of its 5 individual members, who are also amazingly talented. Bodies Laughing is a great example of that here. A track built around and played to a simple acoustic guitar pattern, yet feeling suitably embellished with ambience and a bass guitar that adds more color than groove. It's a great song on its own, but I just really appreciate its feeling of spontaneity, and it's a feel I don't think Radiohead have captured in some time. In a funny contradiction to the lack of polish I was just citing, The Smile has also seen York and Greenwood lean further into strings and orchestration than we've heard in their day job. Radiohead have always been fantastic at leaning into that kind of James Bondian dark chamber style of music, and the orchestration in The Smile replicates some of this, but combined with Skinner's worldly rhythmic undercurrent, the results are something much more unique in my mind. There are admittedly better examples of this on the first Smile record, but here on Cutouts we have Colours Fly, which, though it takes more inspiration from Eastern styles and tones, has a bit of more of a dark orchestral feeling, but with a Skinner-driven jazz beat. I will say, as much as I'm finding a deep appreciation for what this 3 piece can do, I think the album gets off to a tough start. Foreign Spies sounds like something held back from one of York's various film scores, and Instant Psalm just feels a little too wholesome for me. It took me a few listens to get over the hump of these first 2 tracks each time. However, these snoozers are followed up by Zero Sum, an absolute belter, dare I say banger of a track. This sees Johnny Greenwood delivering one of the best examples yet of his Eddie Van Halen but make it nerdy and weird sort of style he's been toying with since A Moon-Shaped Pool. This one is funky, dark, and has lots of great hooks. It also is fun to hear Tom York hit us with some pretty direct and snarky lyrics, leveraging modern cultural reference points rather than the obscurest symbolism we're often treated to. Overall, I have to say that despite a slow start, this is a great record from The Smile. Not quite as good as Wall of Eyes, but nonetheless, it's deepened my excitement and appreciation for this group and lessened the ache of what is getting on for a decade now without Radiohead. I'm going to give this a 7.3 and knock it on the head. It's just what I think. What are you lot saying? Let me know in the comments, and check the description for links to other related reviews. Of course, that most recent Smile, other Smile record is there. Check it out. And if you can be asked to do all that, you may as well subscribe, stick around, share some thoughts, show some love, or just hold some abuse in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Right, if you're still here, if you're someone that likes my content and has plans to actually watch more of it, then this message is for you. I want you to email me, doodlereview.club@gmail.com, put the subject line as the video that you've just watched, and I'm going to send you something cool. The idea here is that I really want to take this community, it's a small one, it's a tiny one, but I want to take it out of YouTube and do something else at some point. I don't know what that is yet, but if you email me, you're going to be the first in line for it, and I will get back to you with something cool based on the review that you've just watched. Other than that, take care, mind how you go. Cheers then, bye.